Time. My son is only 4 and he can already tell the time. What's the time? Tim was late getting to the station, but he was still in time because the train hadn't left yet. Jeff didn't get to the meeting on time, so they started without him. Early. Tomorrow we have to get up early. Late. Will was late for school again this morning. Later. It was a great party and we stayed later than planned. Long. Have you been waiting long? Short. Lucy has only lived in London for a short time. Brief. We didn't have much time, so we only paid my mother a brief visit. Endless. Shortly. We'll be taking a break shortly, so let's get this vocabulary exercise finished. Briefly. Perhaps you could briefly give me your side of the story. O'clock. It's 3 o'clock. Half. It's 2:30. Quarter. It's 9:45. It's 10:15. AM. 3 a.m. PM. 3 p.m. 2. It's 5 to 12. Past. It's 5 past 11.
After. It's 5 after 11.
At. Could we meet at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon? While. Jack's father died a little while ago. Space. The robbery happened within the space of a few minutes. Moment. At the moment, I'm working on a new book. Have a seat. I'll be with you in a moment. Wait. Past. You haven't been very kind to me in the past. Why should I trust you now? Present. I'm not very happy in my present job. Unfortunately, I'm unemployed at present. Existing. The existing German educational system needs to be changed immediately. Future. Future developments. I would appreciate it if you would, in future, pay more attention in class. Period. Before I was born, my parents lived in Africa for a period of 3 years. Interval. The police discovered that there was an interval of 3 months between the murders. Meanwhile. I was just leaving for university, and meanwhile my parents were getting a divorce. Meantime. I'll go and pick up our daughter from the airport, and in the meantime you can finish cooking. Age. Shakespeare lived during the Elizabethan age. I haven't seen you for ages. Where have you been hiding? Century. Decade. Year. Annual. The Harvest Festival is an annual event in many villages. Leap year. Annually. Our town's Harvest Festival is held annually. Yearly. Season. Spring. Summer. Autumn.
Fall.
Winter. Quarter. We are now in the second quarter of the financial year. Month. Week. Weekend. What are you doing at the weekend? Day. Brandon worked all day in his father's shop. I think I saw you and your sister at the mall the other day. My mother has asked me to tidy up my room at least once a day. Mrs. Myers helps out at the homeless shelter almost every other day. Daily. My boss insists on a daily sales report. Quarterly. I have to pay taxes quarterly. Monthly. Fortnight. The Smiths were on holiday in Austria for a fortnight. Weekly. Weekday. Daily. To have beautiful, healthy teeth, you should brush them at least 3 times daily. Hour. Half an hour. Minute. I'll be with you in a minute. Second. Just a second. Fast. My watch is 10 minutes fast. Slow. The clock's 20 minutes slow. Date. What's today's date? It's the 24th of January. It's January the 24th. Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. January. February. March. April. May. June. July. August. September. October. November. December. Yesterday. The day before yesterday. Today. A week from today. A week today. Tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. Morning. This morning. We'll talk about that in the morning. Afternoon. In the afternoon. Evening. In the evening. Noon. At noon. Midday. 20 years ago, most shops in Britain closed at midday for lunch. Tonight. Night. At night. Last night. The night before last. Keith and his friends were out all night partying. Midnight. Middle. I was woken by a phone call in the middle of the night. First. I want to change my clothes first before going to class. Of all the candidates, I was the first to be interviewed. Sarah was afraid to sing in public at first, but afterwards she loved it. Initial. John's initial reaction was to leave, but in the end he stayed. Initially. Initially, I was against going to Greece on holiday, but my husband convinced me. Originally. Did you know that Tom is originally from Norway? Beginning. It was the beginning of a wonderful friendship. Begin, began, begun. Start. End. In the end, they lost their house because they couldn't pay the mortgage. Finish. None of the pupils in the class were able to finish the test. Complete. I'll complete the job by the end of the week. Completion. The completion of the new airport will take another 3 years. Conclusion. The team and family barbecue was a wonderful conclusion to this year's cricket season. Last. Why does Adam always get the last piece of cake? Do you always put your shoes on last? Were you also here last time? If we were to have a race, I know I'd be the last. Last. Today's physics lesson seemed to last for hours. Finally. Eventually. We thought he'd never arrive, but he did eventually. When? When will your aunt be arriving? When we're in Italy, we only eat Italian food. I remember the day when my daughter was born very well. Whenever. You can come to visit us whenever you want. While. While we were sitting in the park, our children played ball on the grass. During. She didn't speak a single word during lunch. Within. We rang the police and they arrived within minutes. We had to have our offer completed within a 2-week period. Until. He'll never be happy until he learns to enjoy life. He'll never be happy till he learns to enjoy life. They'll be on holiday until the 14th of August. They'll be on holiday till the 14th of August. Till. By. No more excuses. I want that report on my desk by Wednesday next week. Towards. I find that towards the end of the month, I always have next to nothing in my account. Throughout. Throughout the year. Always. She always takes the same bus to work. Forever. Permanent. A permanent job. 24/7. Man, they must really be in love. They're together 24/7. Ever. Have you ever been to America? Never. Yet. Have you bought your new car yet? No, not yet. Frequent. Frequently. Often. I often see Barry's father walking down by the river. Sometimes. Temporary. Temporary work. Occasional. I don't hear from him very often, but I do get the occasional card. Occasionally. He occasionally has to leave town on business. Rarely. You'll rarely see him in the library. Seldom. Ago. They left for Ohio 3 days ago. Since. He looks much better since he had his hair cut. Peter has lived in Bristol since 1985. 4. Wendy has lived in San Francisco for 11 years. Used to. He used to be quite a good athlete. We didn't used to go out very often. Then. And what did they do then? We didn't have much money then. After. She was badly hurt in a car accident on the 14th of June and died soon after. It was only after he had closed the door that he realised he had left his keys inside. After work, the women went to their local for a drink. Afterwards. They decided to go for a swim in the morning and visit their friends afterwards. Following. Following the accident, John was taken to hospital immediately. Before. I don't believe I've seen you here before. They locked all the doors before they left. There's no point in inquiring before Tuesday. Previous. Duncan has a son from a previous relationship. Previously. The house was previously owned by the Whalen family. Sudden. A sudden change. Suddenly. Immediate. I saw that my sister needed immediate medical attention. Immediately. I left immediately after lunch. Once. I always try to do unpleasant things at once. Rapid. A rapid change. Prompt. Straight away. His mother told him to clean his room straight away. Already. We were just going to take Susan to the doctor, but she was already feeling better. Just. Dustin's just heard that he's got the new job. Still. I still haven't understood your question. Recent. Recent developments. Recently. I've been having a lot of headaches recently. Current. Current prices. Currently. This is the best PC currently available on the market. Now. Nowadays. Nowadays, almost everyone in Great Britain owns at least one mobile phone. Again. Soon. See you soon.